Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is Alek, and in today's video I have an interesting game which I had in the Ares 90C, the tier 11 American autocannon tank. I'm playing on Prokhorovka and I'm playing with my very good buddy Manti, which he is playing the Hacker, the other tier 11 American medium tank. And we are both heading towards the hill at E0, F0, whatever that square is over there. I usually play the middle of the map, but I don't think Ares... Well, obviously it could be played there. I have no doubt, but I feel more comfortable usually getting up the hill with this tank or this line of tanks. This also includes the Ares 90, 85, and 75. So my plan usually when I go to this flank is I push up the hill, right? But unfortunately I also need to have a team which can push with me, and we do have a few tanks here, and that was my initial idea, but unfortunately the 432U and the KR1 were already there. So I thought that maybe it's not actually a good idea to push forwards. I would have probably got quite damage from the middle as well, since there's an imbattable and an Ares 90C from the enemy team also there. So I stopped, and I'm now just fishing for some spotting damage and for a good opportunity to land some shells, right? In the KR1's lower plate, obviously I'm using AP. I don't think there's a need most of the time for the APCR. I know it has a bit more penetration, but it's nothing that big. So the enemy hacker decides to push in, which I wanted to do, but look what's happening to him. Yes, I did 500 damage to him. I got 1,600 spotting, so I'm already over 2,100 overall. I got some spotting as well on the KR1. And yeah, I think by this time he actually kind of gave up on this game, because he was a one-shot or a two-shot before he pushed over that ridge. So that's good, but there's a KR1 left on the hill, and obviously the object as well, but he is not pushing. So the KR1 one shot as well. I'm looking for some shots and obviously some spotting, if I can manage that at the middle, because those guys are our pain. So I see the imbattable. The Ares 90C also gets spotted there. I managed to put a small little shell into the imbattable, but my shots didn't go into the Ares 90C. And finally, the KR1 pushed forward here. I was about to do the same immediately, but I saw Manti getting hit from the middle, so I pushed back so I don't block him that much. But I want to stick to my plan and push forward, because I think having the hill is really important if you're playing this flank. Obviously it's important overall, but if you're actually on the flank, right, you better try and get the hill, because it's a good advantage to have. So I'm synchronizing here with Manti and trying to push towards the 432U. I tell him to let me go first because I have the health to take a shot. Unfortunately, he keeps getting damaged by the Ares 90C, which pulled back towards the enemy base, and Hirschkäfer all across the map, I think, actually manages to destroy Manti, while our 432U destroys the enemy 90C. I reload APCR because I knew I would have to deal with the Taschenrate. Even though this is the behind of a Taschenrate, look at it, it's still red. I managed to pen the shots, but it's man, that tank, right, it's just a pain in everybody's bottom. But yeah, it's a well armored tank, obviously, so it needs to have a lot of armor to be able to not get damaged by all guns, and you need to play around it in this case. So what I want to highlight, because the I want to mention a bit about the title of this game, of this video, is that at this point, I saw the damage panel, and I saw 2.2k damage and 2.3k spotting, right? I spotted 2 tanks, nothing impressive, it's just a average, even below average game, especially for a tier 11. I saw like the entire team, our team, being like on the ridge line, very ready to shoot everybody. I was thinking that the Shakal will push forward, he'll spot everything, and yeah, that's the game. Just an average game. Manti got destroyed, so nothing to be said about this game, right? But yeah, view range kind of helped out quite a lot, and my positioning as well, I would say. And yeah, let's see what happens. So first of all, I spot a BZ-79 hidden in a bush, sort of hidden, and obviously my entire team being there, he gets instantly destroyed, and I spot him for 3,100. So I already have 5,500 spotting right now. I also spot the gorilla. I put a couple shots into him, but the majority of it is also spotting. 1.7k spotting for that tank as well. I start shooting at the leopard. Unfortunately, I overhit my my gun, but and fortunately enough, the executor on my team gets destroyed, which he was trying to push for the spotting. So that means I have a clear range for spotting here. So another 1.2k spotting on the imbattable. This was just like, what the hell is going on here? So I end up with another 1.6k spotting on the enemy gorilla, and that's how I end up having from a very below average game into a ace tanker. And I think this was actually my first ace tanker, but let's move on to the game results. So yes, indeed, this was my first ace tanker. I haven't played this tank so much because I got it after the nerfs, and it's just nothing that exciting for me. It's fun to have it and to play along a few times, but yeah, nothing that exciting. So 1 kill, 3.2k damage, 10.2k spotting, which was I was a bit in shock to see that result. And moving on to the second screen here, obviously, look at the shots fired, right? I didn't do that much damage. I was like, yeah, that's the average game. So yeah, spotter medal, Confederate medal, and I think that's actually patrol duty. Never mind. But yeah, this is how you can turn an average game into a decent game, or even a good game, since I got the ace tanker. Just try and push, especially in these situations and open maps when you think you have the advantage. You also have the view range, of course. You don't need to have like a spotting setup. I didn't have a spotting setup, as you guys can see. But yeah, keep pushing forward, right? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.